Hello and welcome, lads and lasses, to Pillars of Eternity. So, last time we decided to visit the souls of these people and rob the houses because we missed some of them, I guess, and then we're going to pay for rooms at the tavern because that's what we do. We steal money to sleep somewhere. Oh, I miss pickpocketing. In Baldur's Gate it was a big thing. I loved it because I was very good at this. I played assassin there as well. Well, first I played as a wizard, but I didn't like it because I wanted a solo run, and the assassin actually seemed like a natural choice. Say, we spoke to this guy. Okay, let's reach for his soul. You see a bowman waving tall and sluggish in the wind, rising sun, embroidered on the banner, the vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant, if restrained. Their armor has not yet been trenched by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zest and zeal. At their head stands a commander, awkward in full armor, but determined in step, despite the existence. Okay, one thing, guys, that I noticed is that you see this from third-person perspective. This is stupid, considering that you could read the memories of people at the beginning. But I guess you can now see memories from someone else's vision if you touch the soul of that someone. I mean, someone's vision. Someone else's vision if you touch the soul that was present at that moment, I guess. Their head stands the commander in full armor but determined in step. Despite this excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There's a twist to his mouth. Oh, hello, Tywin Lannister. What brings you to this world? His countenance is grim. He throws up a hand held at his troops. Silence falls among them, revealing dark thunder. Deep and low, he orders the men to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from the horizon to horizon, neck twitch to see source of the sound. In the distance, the dust lightning rise from the ground. A saying clouds race towards them. Overhead, soldiers stand only at staccato movement, and their breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down on troops. Invictated, invisible, they wait as the enemy draws closer, point to attack. Poised. And of course I won't stay to see the battle because, not too much excitement. Man, I wanted to see who would win this. Is that stealing? No? It's beer. Well, who keeps beer in crates like that? Oh, I would imagine it's not in crates, but doesn't gonna stop me. You can click directly at the area map. Okay, going to stand here. Oops, I stole something. So, ignorant. Yeah, that's what I'm calling you, lad. Or lass. Sorry. Come on, I want to read his. Why isn't it working? Bottles of stuff. Okay, half empty bottles of stuff. It's not stealing, I guess. So, Ingrid. A young woman stands nervously before the fireplace, face leaned with worry. She looks as you enter, settled. Who are you? Did no one send you or parley? Oh. I've only just arrived in Gate Bay. I get some to know the locals. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. It's only that I'm worried sick. Norton, he and the ballet set out to hit the Vale Woods. They should have returned by now, but I really didn't see them. Not always has his red cloak. Keep telling him that's why he never catches anything. She smiles sadly. I have grim news. I found Prowley's body in the bear cave. Norton hamstrung him, so that he could not flee the beast. I killed Norton for his crime. Ingrid, please. She throws her hand out to the side, as if to keep her balance, and then sinks to the ground. She lets out a ragged breath, not quite a sob. You've ruined everything. So, you were involved in this. I'm not gonna say anything. You don't know what you've done? No, my husband was not good man. It was Nonton I loved, Nonton who promised me I would not have to suffer Balei's touch any longer. And now you have taken him from me. I shall not see him again. Gwen! Well, you're not going to leave this place alive. Wow! Did you saw that? I have a brown name. I love this. Well, Gwen, you just gained a new ring. Well, actually, I wouldn't have told her that, but because it was obvious that's what's going to happen. Believe it or not, I actually learned to participate in stuff like that. Yeah, why don't you use this? And what's that? It's a land. This one's better. How about this one? 1510. It's actually the same. Two-handed, fast speed. What's the speed of this one? It's fast as well. Average damage enchant 0 of 12. Wait a second. It means I can 12 more times. Can I enchant you again, lad? Secondary damage. Burning Clash. Freezing Clash. I like freezing because Sub-Zero. Slaying. I don't care about slaying at all. Not enough money to add damaging to. Fine. Okay, I guess. Knew there was something secret here. Oh, a grappling hook. Let's take it. Yeah, we don't care. So, let's leave this house. So, there are 3 people living here and all of them are complete morons because, you know, that's the town of people where if you were a wrong religion, they hang you. Actually, that's a common thing in Europe. 1257. May have proved that some places. Well, I don't care. These people were bad. I might as well make this the ghost town I play for. But I'm not sure. Hey, people. You're going to attack us. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbo. You won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on your corpse. The first you the drunkards come through the door, get shot between the eyes. Gods, hear me, swear I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads. But we'll be back, Trumbo, and we'll have our fair prices, or by the flames, we'll have a reckoning. Reckoning means revenge, is that so? Because I know that Cain once said, "The day of your reckoning has come." And since then, I think it means something like "I will destroy you." I might be mistaken. Against the grain. Ooh. In Neverwinter Night 2, I remember a guy, when I found my first companions, that strange dwarf that wanted to become a monarch for no good reason. And it made less sense, but whatever. Oh, we can enter this door. Can't we break it? I mean, you can break. So I remember the orc that said, "Well, aren't you a strange-looking group?" And I was like, "Oh yeah? Well, says the half-orc pirate." Trust me, it looked very funny to me that day. NPCs with gold name splatters were designed by the backers. Trusted with them will allow you to experience each one's tale. Huh. An elven man stands before you, his relatively stout build studying a life of labor. His face is pale and round, his eyes wide behind him. A younger man and woman exchange worried glances. The Milter raises a club as you enter and shouts violently in his grip. "Get back if you value your life." "I don't like being threatened, my friend." "We have that in common then," says, raising his chains a little. Without the poison is dripping in their ears, it's not going to be long before someone decides they don't rather do things the messy way, and I won't let anything happen to my family. Who is Swain? The dwarf, the one standing out there spending lives among the villages. Bastard's been here for decades, and he hasn't gotten any kinder with time. Well, that's what this village does to people. They just become dumber and dumber with every single second they spend here. Who are you? Is the whaler roping foreigners into his little crusade now? What was the truck all about? Oh, yeah, I gained experience for asking stupid questions. I mean, you couldn't tell it was about the grain and the lie? Worship whipped them up into a fraud going about grain stores. Claims they've hidden away most of it. Well, I guess I could never have guessed that because he just said it outside. And I, am an idiot. That's how this world makes people. All I do with grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air. Ooh! Don't have transmutation. And I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in. And I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale. And when it hits a lot, sure don't mind that part. Take a look at the fields the way into town. The cars line it, and most of what I've gathered from the farmers gone off rotten through. I can't pay top prices for blinding wet, and I've barely got enough to go grain to go around, so he's going after he has no right to. Maybe I ought to talk with no. From messy situation seemed like a pretty clean story from a messy situation. Yeah, it's not, he pauses. Look, someone's always been a rotten bastard with stores so limited. Maybe I save the good stuff for people who deserve it. For instance, she's expecting a child. Should I let her starve instead? Do the villagers know about the grain and the supply? Some, the innkeeper for instance, the better not to worry anyone. Training for supplies soon enough, and you just told a complete stranger. Dude, what's wrong with you? That's the sort of things I take advantage of usually. Someone lies to someone else, I spread rumors. Those rumors become hostile actions, terrorist actions and stuff, and in the end, people kill each other, and I just go along, profit from everyone's misery, and leave. That's how I work. The innkeeper, I want to think of the ale, that's all I'm saying. I had other questions. I'll be going. So, is that going to be stealing? Yep. Okay then. I'm definitely sure this guy's hiding something actually. And yellow! Haha, stole grain. The range stench rises from the grain. It's misty and molded with green. Sure it is. Hey, that tastes like, I don't know, green. Well, we should spread the evil, I guess. They're not hiding anything here, it seems. Oh well. Cypher use forced powers, their ability, and can gain additional focus by causing damage with weapons while their Soul Whip is active. Soul Whip turns off once Cypher's force is full. Oh man. Hey, Dumbo Tapar. Yes, we need to find you the pointy hat I promised. Yes, the pointy hat. Because everyone thinks that's hilarious. Well, I assume that everyone thinks that's hilarious. Hey, there are some houses here. Why can't we, I don't know, see if we can bash the doors open and see what they have in there? Ooh, cows. Can I attack the cows? Ledger cows? Now, one thing you should know, people. Cows are extremely hard to kill in real life. Always go for the neck. Guess that's the weak spot. Alrighty then. Hammer and Smithy, and they must never die scared, or was that about the pigs? I don't really remember, nor do I care that much. Ah, a Rufus house. Let's go and speak with Killick. Yes, I'm calling him Killick, because Soul Calibur. Oh, wow. Okay, people, a little bit faster, please. We don't have all night. We must do everything we can by morning, otherwise it's just not gonna be fair. So, actually, let's take a look at the village, shall we? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 houses, including this little thing. So, in 10 houses, we've met 3 people, and all of them are liars, cheaters, and crooks. And/or crooks. One of them was actually a murderer, but, you know, we're going to ignore that because, okay, you first, dude. As you near, you feel vibrant history containing the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out. You see a lone man standing in a field. He looks around, surveying the crops. Occasionally he bends examining the leaf up close. He is intent on what he is doing, completely absorbed in his work. This man approaches him from behind. He moves slowly, but does nothing. To mask his approach, his hand he holds a large sword. There appears to be no malice or hatred in the man's demeanor. He almost seems pleased. The first man hears his approach and stands, turning away from the plant. He was inspecting his face, break into smile. He opens his arms to welcome the approaching man. The smile freezes into grins as the second man thrusts the sword through the stomach. Wow. Well, you all remember what happened when that Roderick Cassell, was it Roderick Cassell, that offered his hand to Ramsay Snow, and he cut it off. The smile freezes into him grins. The second man thrusts the sword through his stomach. Its blade now protruding from his back. His arm slowly follows his side, and blood stains to drip from the sword onto the plants below the man. Oh, you're holding a sword! Well, swords don't work that way. Daggers work that way, but not swords. If you see a person with unshielded sword, that means he's probably going to attack you. As the first man crumbles to his knees, the second pulls the sword out of the tears slowly falling down the cheek of his still smiling face. Well, guess you're dead, dude. Requiescat in pace. Killing. As you near, you feel vibrant history contained in the essence of the soul's voices. Now, you might wonder where this Requiescat in pace comes from. Well, in the Legacy of Kain Soul River 2, there was a statue of Mobius, and beneath it, it said Requiescat in pace, which means rest in peace. Okay, you see a small group of people gathered around the ruins of a house. The destruction contained out from the single dwelling through the entire village. Not a single building still stands, rubble scattered everywhere. On the man in the group leans over something in the depths. In this man, younger barely more than a boy. The man reaches out and shakes the boy by the shoulder. The boy makes no sound and doesn't respond to the man's disturbance. The man looks up at the other member of the group and shrugs, standing to rejoin his friends. The boy suddenly sits up, eyes wide. He crawls backwards away from the group, looking around in horror. The group moves towards him in unison, acquiring a yelp from the boy, who tries to move further away. A woman in the group puts out her hand, stopping the rest. She turns them reproachfully, motions from them to stay, then look at the boy on the ground, who is trying to push himself throughout what remains of the wall. He seems unaware. He has even stopped. The woman slowly moves towards the boy, hands out sparkle in the low clang tone. For a time the boy doesn't even hear. He just closes his eyes and braces himself against the wall, expecting violence. Eventually the woman's words work though. The fear, and he hears her. He opens the tear-filled eyes and stares at her. She holds out a hand to him. He looks at it, seeming confused by the offer. Then hesitantly reaches out. She takes the hand in hers and leans down to help him stand. Ah. Well, that sounds like an interesting story, I guess. Some of the fans really do have talent, given that. Of course, none of them will even come close to me, but, you know, that's my humble opinion, that I'm awesome. Yeah, humble. Hey, cat! Well, this man has to die now because he has a cat and we don't like cats in our party. Yep, we can't steal anything from him because he stands in a very bad position. This worn dog-eared book is titled Travels Upon Candle Sea. There is a thorough illustration of a vast figurine of giant Leviathan. Ah, Leviathans. It seems something like a Triton. So, let's talk to this guy. The old woman is standing in front of the fireplace, coming quite on herself or perhaps to her unborn child. She is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly at your enter. Well, finally I was starting to think. The woman makes a noise once she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Yeah, I wasn't expecting strangers to barge into my home. Okay, there are no foundations in this house, it seems, because that's dirt. Can I help you? I just arrived on Glairdale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. Nice cat. No, I'm not gonna say nice cats. We hate cats. Were you with one of the Karens, Master Odense, by chance? Yeah, I was, yes. Let's tell her the truth. Why do you ask? My sister is traveling with one of the Karens. She sent a letter before she came. Oh, so you're the sister of the blonde woman, because I don't remember her voice. She said she was going to pay her way by working as a guard for the Karen master. She always thought, though. Okay, now, people. She did say that she has worked with this guy a lot. So, she knowing that he will go with her doesn't seem like that a good idea. I just think there's something confusing about this conversation, mostly because, you see, she said that she has worked with him a lot, and this one said that she just decided to employ in his service to travel here. But from what Adela said, he made a turn. Well, actually, what she said, that Adela made a turn for the Gilded Veil because she asked him to. Suppose you've seen her on the road, or the caravan, perhaps it's Master Danas. Kaleska didn't make it. And you're going to have to die, I'm afraid. Covers her mouth with land, her eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but strangle, voiceless, grasping her eyes, brimming with tears. I told her it was dangerous path to take. Okay, she has taken this path many times, idiot. Kaleska was always so certain she could take on any danger. Oh, my poor sister, I'm sorry, stranger, I just can't believe she's gone. Oh, don't worry, it was a pleasure bringing you this news. I'm kinda sick. If only I hadn't caught her here, if I hadn't written to her. Yes. I'm sorry to say it was entirely your fault. She might still be alive somewhere. Face crumples, solitary tears slightly down her cheek. Kaleska mentioned that she thought you needed help. Perhaps I can provide some assistance. Oh, well. Let's see if she can share some information, and then we'll try to steal from her. Or looks at you with some surprise before dabbing her nose with sleeve. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I could impose this on you. I mean, you have so many other choices, right? It's not small favor. I'm worried about a baby, about legacy. I told Kaleska as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gladesville has been soulless, empty, hollow-born, even. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Redrick, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods, the favor. Since with my honor gone, I don't know how I manage. I lost my home too. Okay, now there is something evil about me you should know. When I see a pregnant woman, I actually help her deliver the baby before I kill her, and kidnap the baby to work for my guild. That's how we recruit new members. I hope Kleska could help me. They say Ragna, the old maid wife, knows the way to prevent child being hellborn, but she moved south 2 seasons ago. This place, we've seen it, Anslock Compass. The journey is too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now. And Kleska gone. More tears run down her face. Please, can you help me? I'll think about it. Well, yes, I'll find her. I mean, it's better to kidnap children that actually have souls in them. And I receive some copper. You will? Oh, God bless you. Okay, now I can kill her. I'll give you coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's drink she fashions out well. I'm not sure, but shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. This compass is what we call the lagoons. I know what you call it. You have to cross the well to get there. That's what keeps me from trying it myself. Well, you're wise under the caravan master that decided to go there by himself with no guard whatsoever. Thank you again. Truly, you will be saving us both. A moral's plea. Okay, lads and lads, I think I'm gonna take a break here, so see you all next time. Goodbye.